Good. My name is Bernetta Knight, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, sweetie.
I just want to ask you one question. With all your success, I know everybody wants you to be a mentor and they look up to you, but who is your mentor? Who is your mentors now? Do you even have mentors?
You know, I use some pretty powerful people for advice. Bishop Jakes is probably who I'm closest to. And it's not because he's a bishop or a minister, because we have more real conversation without the mention of scripture. Because he's a regular guy too, you know. I think the fact that we allow each other to be regular around each other helps. Both of us from West Virginia, we kind of joke about that. So Bishop Jakes is probably the go-to guy for me when I need some advice. And the rest of it is books. You know, I read a lot. The only book I've ever really read is self-help books, self-improvement books. I don't read novels. I don't read science fiction. I don't got no time for that. I read how to improve myself. That's really it.
What book are you reading right now?
And then I just finished again for probably the 7th time, The Magic of Thinking Big.
I'm reading that now.
That book right there is a game changer because it teaches you how to think. It costs you no more to think big than it does small. So what the book teaches you is the magic of thinking big. You know, Volkswagen, Mercedes, it's the same energy. You don't have to grunt to say what you think. All you gotta do is think different. So that's what happens. A lot of people ask God to help repair their car, and God always does. When you could very easily ask for a car that don't need repairing. You know, they roll them off the assembly line every day. The fact that you don't have one is probably because you ain't asking for one. So the magic of thinking big taught me to change my thought process from small to big, and it elevated my whole life. I don't think small about anything. I don't care what it is, I refuse to think small. So the magic of thinking big taught me to change my thought process from small to big, and it elevated my whole life. I don't think small about anything. I don't care what it is, I refuse to think small. I just think big. If you ask me how much money I want to make, I'm going to tell you $3 billion. Right. $3 billion? You don't even have $1 billion yet. Okay, what that got to do with the question?
Right.
And I don't have to focus more to say I want $1 million or $1 billion. I just changed the M to a B. What difference it make? What I'm going to say I want $1 million for, I got that. What I'm shooting for now? Billions. Right. That's how it works.
Thank you, Mr. Harvey.
And then you've heard this saying, if you want something bad enough, you can have it. You've all heard that, right? That's not true. You can ask any adult in this room. You can want something all you want. It don't mean a doggone thing. It means nothing. Here's why. Because when you pursue what you are passionate about, you're going to run into a problem. I'm saying to hell with your passion. What is your gift? What are you gifted at? Because God never created a single soul that he did not give a gift. All of you have a gift. A boy without a male role model is like an explorer without a map. How do you get to manhood if another man don't show you how to get there? It's so hard, man. Manhood is so hard. It's so hard, man. It's the single most daunting thing I've been doing in my entire life was to just be a man. Number one rule of manhood my father gave to me. Do what you say you're going to do. That's the rule of manhood. If you do what you say you're going to do, you can become a man to everybody. Your children will respect you. If you just do what you say you're going to do. You tell your son you're coming by to pick him up, go by and pick him up. You don't show up, man, how you think that little dude going to be feeling? You tell your girl she can count on you, and she turn around and she can't count on you, what you think that's going to do? You tell a woman that you love her and nobody else, but you turn around and love somebody else, what you think that do to her? If you do what you say you gonna do, that's manhood in its purest form. That's peel the banana back. Manhood is do what you say you're gonna do. It's the hardest thing I've learned to do. I understand it, and I'm doing it, but it's the single hardest thing. I'm gonna tell you how to become successful today. First, your imagination. Secondly, identify your gift. Steve, I don't know what my gift is. Well, here it is. All of you have one. But you must think of your gift not as running, jumping, singing, dancing. Your gift is the thing you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. I think that it goes back to the way my mother raised me. She was a Sunday school teacher, right? So she taught me this, that God blesses you to become a blessing. You know, and the more people you help become successful, the more successful you become. So, with that theory, if I help a young person get his life together, when I go to God with my request, I think he hears me better. I really does. And I think that if I take a portion of my money to help somebody with it, and I do it repeatedly, God is going to give me more money to help other people with. Now, see, we got to stop making it and then don't turn around and show nobody else how to make it. We need more of us to make it. We need way more, man. Way more. So if I can tell it to a kid that paid it forward, or I can tell it to a kid down at Disney, or I can tell it to a kid in my wife's program, Girls Rule the World, or I can come out to my mentoring camp and do it, or I can go to a college and do it. I don't care where I got to go to do it. I got to go do it. And I tell them things, I try to tell a young person something that they're not going to tell them at church and that they cannot tell them at school. There's nothing more important right now than your imagination. There's nothing more important than your dreams. Nothing. Don't let nobody fool you. You go to school and you can listen to them if you want to. And they will tell you that your education is the most important thing. I'm here to tell you the truth of the matter. Education is important, but it is not the most important. It's your dream. If you ever read the Bible, you know what it says. Your dream. A man without a dream or vision shall perish. It does not say a man without an education will perish. It is your dream that will inspire you to get whatever education necessary. If you want to fly airplanes and that's your dream, then boom, guess what? You're going to find out that you're going to have to get pretty good at science. But listen to me, folks. Open up your imagination, man. Don't play it short at all. Imagination. Imagination is real. Your imagination is real. Listen to what you imagine is real. I'm here to tell you that it's real. But you can never give up. See, if you give up, it can't happen. You have to finish the race. Anybody can get knowledge. All you got to do is Google it. Or you can take a course. Anybody can get knowledge on anything. But exposure is totally different. When you get exposed to something, it's life-changing. Give you an example. You go get on an airplane, you sit in coach. Because that's the ticket you're going to buy. Well, I'm going to mess your day up. Save up, get an upgrade, and sit in first class. Get exposed to first class. See how I feel in them wider seats. See how I feel with them warm nuts. See how I feel when all the drinks is free. See how that feels. Let me tell you what happens to exposure. If you have to walk past first class again, to go back to coach, you're going to have an attitude because you have been exposed. And that exposure changes your life. I learned that from Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory said, whenever you can fly first class, you should do it. Because it conditions your mind to accept and want nothing but first class. Why you keep going to coach? Well, the ticket is cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper because it's a harder ride back there. The line long for the bathroom. See, you can't come to the bathroom in first class because it's just for us 8. Listen to me, don't get trapped in the ghetto with these words that they use to keep you in place. See, the big terms in the hood is, man, you gotta keep it real. Keep it real. No, man, you gotta keep it moving. You got to pay it forward. Forward. Don't stay with them because they want you to stay. It's like crabs in the barrel, man. Crabs don't ever get out the barrel because when they see one going up, they drag them back down. Y'all, man, you got to keep it real, homie. That's why half these rappers ain't got no money right now. Listening to their damn friends, trying to keep it real. And we got to keep it gutter, man. We from the hood, we from down the way. Explain something to you how this really goes. Do you know when they really become big stars, they don't have nothing to do with that no more? Let me give you a couple of examples. Ice Cube was with NWA. You know what that stands for. Easy, gangster rap, all this here. Ice Cube doing movies called Are We There Yet? Ice Cube don't get in the van and shoot people. Ice Cube make movies called Barbershop. Ice Cube is a multi-millionaire, ain't got nothing to do with that life no more. They create these lives, man, about this keep it real, when in actuality, they kept it moving.